Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers and students. Today I am going to solve the second paper 2 of CI's 4024, paper 2-1, May-June 2020. Before this, I uploaded the video of paper 1, that is 1-1, May-June 2020. And this is the third video related to the paper 2. That first two were the of paper 1. In this video, I will solve first 5 questions of this paper. And I will like that you people who are new, please like, subscribe, and share my videos. Now, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, going to start. Question 1. In this question, if we read this whole question, this will be easy for us to solve. The speed V kilometers of 80 vehicles are traveling along a road were recorded in the table you can see. And first is calculate an estimate of the mean speed of the vehicles. ये A part है. इसके बाद B part में वो require करता है draw the cumulative frequency diagram. So I will first do whole working related to cumulative frequency and mean on the table. For cumulative frequency, we need cumulative frequency for cumulative frequency curve. We need cumulative frequency. So here I am going to make the column for cumulative frequency curve. So I will extend this for further for more 4 columns, 2 for the mean and 2 for the cumulative frequency curve. This is for the upper class. Here you will write in this column for frequency, you will write upper class. Here you will write cumulative frequency. Here you will write mark X. And in this you will write Fs. So under this we will write summation F and summation Fx. So then we will solve the question and estimate of the mean. Now, in this we will write for frequency, cumulative frequency, we will write upper class here. This is लिखेंगे class. So here you will write 30. 30 के against आप लिखेंगे 0. Then 40 पे लिखेंगे 10. नेक्स्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी इसमें ऐड करनी होती है, ठीक है. 50 पे आप लिखेंगे 10 + 18 28. 60 पे आप लिखेंगे 55, 70 पे आप लिखेंगे 74 एंड 80 पे आप लिखेंगे 80. This is your cumulative frequency. Now for mean, first you will write here x. X is the sum of upper and lower classes divided by 2. X is the mean of upper and lower classes. For your help, I'm going to find first value of x and the others I will write direct values. X is equals to 30 plus 40 over 2. So 70 divided by 2 will be 35. So here you will write 35, then 45, 55, 65 and 75. In this column, you will write frequency multiplied by x, that is fx. So multiply your frequency with x, so you will get 350. Ten multiplied by 35, 350. And then 18 multiplied by 45, this will be 810. Then 55 multiplied by 27, this will be 1485. Then 19 multiplied by 65, 1235. And then 75 multiplied by 6 will be 450. So this is fx. So here you will write summation fx. The sum of fx is equals to, you will add up these all values of fx. All values of fx, you will add. These values you will add. So your final answer will be, after addition, this will be 4330. And the sum of frequency will be 80. Now for mean, x bar is equals to summation fx over summation f is equals to 4330 divided by 80. This will be equals to 4.125. 4.125. If you want to write your answer up to the 2 decimal places, so your answer will be 4.13. That's it for A part. Now come towards the cumulative frequency curve. So for curve, I will need to remove this all. I want to go ahead, then this value, all values will be removed, but I will use from my record. So this is part A. Now you know that the cumulative frequency is given 0, 10, 28, 55, and 75, and 80. So we will mark these points on the given grid. So then we will draw the cumulative frequency curve. draw the cumulative frequency curve here. So at 30, there is a cumulative frequency 0. So here we will mark 0. तो ये आ गया जी 0. Then at 40, 10. 40 के ऊपर you will mark 10. और फिर 50 पे 28. This is 20 and this is your 28. This is 30, so this is 28. अच्छा जी. फिर है जी 60 पे 55. 60 पे 55. This is 50, 52, 54 and this is 55. अच्छा जी. फिर है 74. 70 पे 74. तो this is 70, 72, 74, 80, 80. So join this free hand like a curve from here. This is free hand drawing. Now, for the second part, in the next part is asking for median, and in the C part 1 median and C part 2 interquartile range. So from curve we will mark median. The median is the mid value. 50% of the frequency is the median. यानी second quartile Q2. तो 80 का 50% 40 है. तो इसके against when you will join the curve, this is the value 53. 53 is the answer for part 1. Now for part 2 interquartile range. So interquartile range is 75% of the frequency. So 75% of the frequency is 60. So 60 के against when you will join, so this will be approximately 64 or 63. 60 के against 61, 62, 63. चलें 64 कर लें. तो this will be 61, 62, 63, 64. 75% and 25% of the frequency will be 20. 25 frequency का आगे जी ये. So this is approximately 41, 42, 43, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. So 64 minus 47. So we will go there. Median is Q2 So here I will direct write the value because I have calculated on the table on the graph. This is 54. फिर भी आपको मैं बता देता हूँ कि when we take 50% of the frequency, 50% of frequency is equals to 40. The 40 के against when you will join the curve and see the values on x-axis, this will be the answer 54. Then the interquartile range is अपना upper quartile Q3 minus Q1. This is equals to interquartile range. So Q3 is I think 64 minus 45. This is 90. That's it for this question. Now go for question 2. In this question, first we will read this question and then we will give the answers. Describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. You can see that triangle A and B are exactly vertically opposite to each other. And when we will join the corresponding points, you will get the parallel lines. When the lines are parallel, this means that this is reflection. अब इसके 2 मार्क्स हैं तो इसमें आपने एक तो ये बताना है कि ये रिफ्लेक्शन है, दूसरा आपने बतानी है इसकी लाइन ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन और मिरर लाइन. तो मिरर लाइन इज योर एक्स एक्सिस पार्ट. वो ए का आंसर होगा रिफ्लेक्शन और फिर मिरर लाइन एक्स एक्सिस. अब आगे चलें. इसके बाद बी पार्ट में कहते हैं ट्रायंगल ए इज मैप्ड ऑनटू ट्रायंगल सी बाय अ रोटेशन 90 degrees एंटी क्लॉकवाइज अबाउट 1 1. Draw the triangle, or I will draw there the triangle. And that this may get the triangle A is mapped onto the triangle D by the single transformation. So you can see this matrix. In this matrix, this is the matrix of enlargement. This is the matrix of enlargement. So when he gives the matrix, so this means the center is always origin. So this is enlargement and scale factor is 2. I will write here the answer I have told you. First I will do the working on the graph and then I will come here. This is the working for your part B या part 2 जो भी है वो. तो इसमें उसने कहा कि जी ये इसमें 1 1 ये इसका वो है सेंटर ऑफ rotation anti-clockwise. So this will make 90 degrees here. This point will be rotated at this place. Acha ji. And then this point will be rotated rightly upward here. This is a 90 degrees rotation anti-clockwise, which he has given in the question. He is asking you to draw this triangle here. This is the answer of your part second. And now I will write the other answers on the answer space. So first is that reflection. Here we will write reflection. About mirror line is x-axis. About x-axis. That's it on this part. So I have drawn the part on the grid, and for this is enlargement. Sorry. About O K is equals to 2. That's it for question number 2. Now question 3, simple question. Make n subject to the formula. Very simple. This is n equals to n equals to m plus 3 over 4. M plus 3 over 4. For this, multiply your second equation by 2 and then subtract. Or multiply your second equation by 7. This is easy because has opposite sign, so simply multiply your second equation by 7. First equation is 10x plus 7y equals to minus 3. So 7 5 is 35x minus 7y is equals to 21. So when you will add, the y will be cancelled out. So this will be 45x is equals to 18. And x is equals to 18 over 45. This is 9 2s are 18, 9 5s are 45. This is 2 over 5. So 2 over 5 is 0.4. Now, put this value in your second equation, 2 over 5. Second equation, so 5 multiply by 2 over 5 minus y equals to 3. 5 5 cancel. So y is equals to 3 minus 2. The answer is minus 1. Your y is minus 1. That's it for this question, A and B part. Now for the C part, we will go forward. C part. This is the simple your quadratic formula. So apply here quadratic formula. You know that the quadratic formula is x equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole over 2a. I will like to tell you about a, b and c. A is the coefficient of x square and b is the coefficient of x and c is the constant that is without x with any variable, that is minus 1. Put these values in this. So x is equals to minus 3 plus minus under root 3 square 9 minus 4. Your A is 5 and C is minus 1. C is minus 1 over 2A. 2 multiplied by 5. So after calculations, x is equals to minus 3 plus minus under root. You can see 9 minus minus plus 20, so 29. This is 29 over 3 over 10, sorry. Now by using calculator, you will get two values. X is equals to 0.24 and other value x is equals to minus 0.84. This is 0.24 and this is minus 0.84. Keep in mind, write your answers on the answer space. This will give a good impression to the examiners. Now, for the question 4. Read the question statement. Read the statement. Anton invests 6,000 in an account for 5 years. The account has compound interest. So he has told you that this is the question of compound interest. But in the last line, he spends 4,200 of this money on a family holiday to Malaysia. How much money is left? So first of all, you will find the amount in the bank after 5 years by using uh, compound interest method. So in this you will write amount. A stands for amount is equals to sorry 6,000 into 1 plus 2.5% whole power 5 years into whole power 5. So by calculations, you will get answer 667,678.45. This is a very simple question. Now, from this amount he spent, कितना spent किया जी? Spent is equals to 4,200. So remaining equals to subtract 4,200 from this, so you will get 2588. 2588.45 will be your answer. So you will write this answer in the answer space. $25 $88.45. That's it for question 4A part. Now come towards the B part. This is also a simple question. In this question, Anton changes $800 into Malaysian ringgits for his trip. तो वो कहता है कि the exchange rate is $1 equals to 3.16 Malaysian ringgit. This is given. तो कहते कितने स्पेंड की उसने कन्वर्ट कितने के जी 8,000 Malaysian dollars. So here you will write $8,000 into Malaysian ringgits. This is X. So X is equals to 8,000 multiplied by 3.16. So this will become 2528 Malaysian ringgit. अच्छा जी, फिर वो क्या कहता है जी, कहता है कि he spent 2250 Malaysian ringgit. चलो उसने spend SP लिखूंगा मैं ज़्यादा लंबा चलेगा. Spend कितने की है जी उसने 2250 Malaysian ringgit उसने spend किया. So this will remaining is equals to subtract. You will get 278 Malaysian ringgit. Achha. Now for the second part of the question. Second part of the question कहते हैं कि जी then changes the remaining money back into dollars. So then the exchange rate was at that time $1 is equals to 3.27 Malaysian ringgit. अब हमारे पास कितने आए हैं 278. तो 278 और इधर आपके पास आ जाएगी x. Now तो x is equals to 278 divided by 3.27. So your answer will be $85. That's it for this part of the question. This is C part now. C part, Anton invests 1,500 in another account. The account has compound interest. So ये भी compound interest का question है. So here we will apply the method of compound interest again. $1598.85. 15 $1598.85 is equal to 1,500 into 1 plus P% whole power 3. First we will divide this by 1,500. So 98.85 divided by 1,500 is equals to 1 plus P% whole power 3. So this will become 1.065. 0.0659 is equals to 1 plus p over 100 whole power 3. Here we will take cube root on both sides. So after taking cube root, you will get 1.0214 is equals to 1 plus p over 100. So subtract this 1 from here. So you will get p over 100 is equals to 0.215. In fact, this is the fourth decimal here we will get 5. So by multiplying 100, you will get 0.0. So P is equals to 2.15 is the answer. Finally, that's it for this part of the question. Go for the question 5, last question of the day. So for A part is very simple. Apply here the Pythagoras theorem for the value of x square plus 6 square x square plus 6 square is equals to 7.5 square. By working, we will get x square is equals to 20.25 and x is equals to 4.5. This is your answer here, 4.5 centimeters. That's it for this part. Now in the B part, in the B part of the question, he has given that these boxes are packed into cartons. Each carton is a cuboid with internal dimensions 30, 28, and h. 80 boxes fill one carton exactly. So इसमें needs, he is asking for the height. So very simple in this. First you will find the height of 6, मतलब ये इसमें देखिए अगर आपको जाए इसमें पार्ट में तो ये 6 उसने दिया हुआ है, तो इधर उसने क्या दिया हुआ है 30, तो we will divide 30 by 6, so we will have 5 such chocolates horizontally, and when we will divide 28 by 14, so we will have 2 chocolates in the length. So height is number of height is required. So we will for solution we will simply write 2 multiply by 30 over 6 multiply by 28 over 14 multiply by multiply by is equals to is equals to 80 multiply by height of each जो आपने चॉकलेट निकाला दैट्स 4.5, तो दिस टोटल है इसमें वॉल्यूम बन जाएगा इसमें, तो 2 multiply by this will become 16 6 So this will become 2 multiply by 5, इधर आएगा इसका एच आपने निकालना है जाने। तो ये आपके पास आ गया 5 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2 मल्टीप्लाई बाय एच, 14 2 28, इससे कैंसिल हो गया। तो s इक्वल्स टू 80 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 4.5। तो h is equals to 80 divided by 20 multiplied by 4.5. Your answer will be, I think your answer will be 18. 2 and the 2, 2 4s are 8. So your answer will be 18. So height will be 18. Now, part 2. One day company packs 37,500 of these boxes into cartons. How many complete cartons were packed? So simply 37,500 divided by 80. तो उसमें 80 होते हैं एक में, तो उसमें आप लिख लेंगे 37,500 divided by 80 is equals to, डेसिमल को हम छोड़ देंगे क्योंकि वो कंप्लीट कह रहे हैं, तो 468 cartons are packed. This is answer, 468 cartons. This was part 2. Now the C part of the question. In the C part 1, दोनों ही कर देते हैं. Then there is 6. Okay. C part 1 and 2 we have space. C part 1. The company sells the chocolate bars to shops for 0.70 each bar. The company makes 40% profit on each bar. So that is the selling price. So we don't know about the cost price. So for formula is x plus 40% of x is equal to 0.70. So by taking LCM, this will become 140 over 100. X is equal to 0.70. So by cross multiplication, you will get x is equal to 70 multiplied by 100 divided by 140. So your answer will be 0.5. So cost price will be $0.5. Now for the part 2. In this part 2, space is required, so I'm going to ahead. Read कर लें क्वेश्चन, फिर आगे जगह नहीं. कहते the shop buys 1 carton of chocolate bars. They sell 3/5 of the bars at a profit of 30%. यानी कि वो 30% प्रॉफिट के ऊपर 3/5 ऑफ द बार्स जो है ना उनको बेचते हैं. तो ये कीप इन योर माइंड के बार्स से जो खरीदे हैं वो 0.7 पे खरीदे हैं. ठीक है. तो अक्सर बच्चे ये मिस्टेक करते हैं कि जो यहाँ पे कॉस्ट प्राइस निकली है उसको यूज कर लेते हैं. नहीं, आपने खरीदे हैं 0.7 के ऊपर, आगे जो बेचा है वो इसको आपने उसी हिसाब से करना है. तो 3/5 of the bars at a profit of 30%. They sell each of the remaining bars at 0.84. Calculate the overall percentage profit. Overall percentage profit हमने निकाल ली है. तो space is required, so I'm using. Okay. So 3/5 of 80 मल्टीप्लाई बाय कितने में बेची थी उसने? 30% प्रॉफिट में बेचे। इसका मतलब है कि इसको आप लिखेंगे 0.7 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 130/100। So you will get the answer here. 32 ये आएगा आपका 43.68। तो 43.68 इज द आंसर फॉर दिस पार्ट। अच्छा जी, अब रिमेनिंग क्या हुआ? इसको अगर आप कैंसिल करें तो 5 16 16 इज 48। तो 32 जो थे उसने बेचे हैं कितने में? उसमें उसने 32 जो सेल किए हैं वो उसको 0.84 पर बेचे हैं उसने ईच डॉलर। तो सेलिंग प्राइस ऑफ 32 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 0.84 is equals to 26.88। Now the profit percentage is equals to 70.56 minus 56 over 56 एक्चुअल। बट 56 क्यों है? क्योंकि उसने जो अगर वो 0.7 पे करता है ना, 80 जो खरीदे हैं उसने, जो उसकी कॉस्ट प्राइस होगी ना 0.7 तो उसकी कॉस्ट प्राइस है। तो उसने 80 खरीदे हैं तो ये उसकी कॉस्ट प्राइस है 56। इसको मल्टीप्लाई करें तो ये बनेगा 56 is the cost price. So selling price minus cost price divided by 56 multiplied by 100. Your answer will be 26%. That's it for this question. Students, those who are new, please like, subscribe, and share my video. Again, I will ask you to, before seeing this video, you should solve the questions yourself before seeing this video. If you feel any problem in any question, then you should see the video, so you will get very good help from this solution. See you in for the next part tomorrow. Allah Hafiz.